I never thought the person who claimed to love me would be the same person trying to steal everything I worked for. But that's exactly what happened. When I tell you what she tried to pull, you might think I'm stupid for not seeing it sooner. Or maybe you'll understand how someone you trust can blindside you in ways you never imagined. So let me ask you this before I even begin. If someone you loved tried to take your money, your future, and your entire sense of security, would you forgive them? Or would you walk away forever? Because honestly, even now, I still question if I did the right thing. The truth is, the moment I realized she was trying to steal my money literally, my entire savings, I felt my stomach drop. It happened so fast, so quietly, like a trap closing around me. 1 second, we were talking about our future, and the next I was staring at my bank account, wondering how thousands of dollars suddenly disappeared. And when I traced it back to her, God, I still get angry thinking about it. I can't decide if I was naive, too trusting, or just in love with the wrong person. But you tell me, was I wrong for how I handled it? Because I swear, I reached a breaking point I never wanted to reach. Anyway, let me start from the beginning. Maybe when you hear the whole story, you'll understand how things spiraled this badly. Her name was Lisa. I met her 2 years ago at a friend's birthday dinner, and from the moment she sat next to me, she talked like we had known each other forever. She was charming, almost too charming. She had this smile that made you stop listening to anything else around you. My friends hyped her up too, saying she had been through tough times, that she deserved someone good, someone stable. I didn't know they meant me. Or maybe they knew exactly what they were doing when they pushed us closer. We started dating soon after that night. At first, everything felt perfect, almost unreal. She'd surprise me with coffee in the mornings, leave little notes on my desk, send me long messages saying how lucky she felt to have found someone like me. I fell hard. I won't lie about that. I'm the type of person who gives everything when I care about someone. My time, my attention, my energy. Maybe that was my first mistake. I didn't notice the small things early on, like how she always hinted at money struggles, or how she seemed oddly curious about my salary, my accounts, my financial habits. She'd ask innocent, sounding questions like, "Do you save a lot?" or "How much do you keep in your emergency fund?" And I didn't think anything of it. I assumed she was planning her own future and needed advice. But slowly, those questions turned into little comments like, "You're lucky you don't have to worry about bills like I do." Or if I had your stability, I'd be able to relax in life too. She had a way of saying these things like she wasn't accusing me of anything. But the tone always felt sharp, like she was making me guilty for being financially responsible. Still, I ignored it because I cared. I told myself relationships meant supporting each other. Things really shifted when she moved in with me. It wasn't supposed to be a permanent thing. She said her roommate situation got messy and she needed somewhere to stay for a couple of weeks. That couple of weeks turned into months. I didn't mind at first. I liked having her around. We cooked together, stayed up late watching shows, talked about goals and dreams. But then little things started adding up. She'd accidentally use my card for groceries. She'd forget her half of the bills. She'd say things like, "You make more, it's nothing for you," while tossing expensive skincare items into the cart like they were necessities. I tried talking to her about boundaries. She would cry, every time, and not just a few tears, full emotional breakdowns. "Why don't you love me enough to help me?" she'd shout. "Why does everything have to be about money with you?" And I'd end up apologizing even though deep down I knew I was being manipulated. She knew exactly how to twist a conversation, and I was stupid for letting it slide. The real disaster began when she started asking about my savings. I had been working for years, putting money away, building a financial cushion because I didn't come from a wealthy family. I earned every cent on my own. Lisa knew that, and one night, while we were lying in bed, she casually asked, "How much do you have saved now, like everything total?" I hesitated. Something in me said don't tell her, but she acted offended when I didn't answer immediately. Why are you hiding things from me? I thought we were partners. I eventually gave her a rough number. Not exact, just a general idea. She fell silent for a moment, then said, "Wow, you could change someone's whole life with that." I laughed awkwardly, thinking she was joking. She wasn't. A week later, I started noticing strange activity on my bank notifications. Transfers I didn't authorize, small ones at first, $200, $300. I thought maybe it was a glitch, but then one morning I woke up to see a withdrawal of nearly $5. I froze. My hands started shaking. I immediately checked all my accounts. Several transfers had been made to a digital payment app I never used. My heart was pounding so hard I could barely breathe. The email notifications were all the same. Transfer authorized via linked device. But I never linked any new device. The only person who had access to my phone lately was Lisa. My stomach twisted as realization hit me. I confronted her immediately. I remember walking into the living room, my phone in my hand, shaking. She was sitting on the couch watching some reality show, eating cereal like nothing was wrong. "Lisa," I said, "where did my money go?" She barely looked up. "What money?" "The money from my account. Thousands of dollars. Don't play dumb." She rolled her eyes. "Are you seriously accusing me of something? That's insane." I showed her the transfers. She stared at them with the fakest shocked face I'd ever seen. "I didn't do that," she said, her voice trembling like she was the victim. "You think I would steal from you? Wow, I can't believe you think so low of me." But something about her reaction felt rehearsed, practiced. I asked again. Her voice changed. The tremble disappeared. Her expression hardened. "Maybe it's karma," she muttered. "You think you can control everything with your money. Maybe life is teaching you a lesson." "A lesson," I repeated, shocked. "Someone took my savings," she shrugged. "Maybe don't leave your phone unlocked." That's when everything clicked. She wasn't denying it anymore, not really. She was blaming me for making it easy. I felt this burning rage rise in my chest. I demanded she send the money back immediately. She said she couldn't. She'd already used it. You want to know what she spent it on? A designer bag, a trip she booked for herself, and apparently part of her credit card debt. She didn't even apologize. She said, "It's not like you're broke, you'll make it back." I swear I almost lost it. This person, this woman I thought I'd build a life with, had been plotting to drain me dry. And suddenly everything made sense, the questions, the guilt, trips, the emotional breakdowns every time I set boundaries. She never loved me, she loved what I could provide. Before I tell you what happened next, let me pause here and ask you again. What would you have done if you were in my shoes? Your partner steals thousands of dollars from you, lies about it, and then acts like you're the bad guy for being upset. Tell me honestly, would you stay calm? Would you kick them out? Would you involve the police? I want you to really think about it and comment what you would have done, because at that moment, my brain was running in 1,000 directions, and I didn't know what the right reaction even looked like. Now here's what I actually did. I gave her one chance, one to fix things. I said, "Send the money back right now or I'm going to the police." She laughed. Literally laughed. "You wouldn't dare," she said. "You think they'll listen to you over me. I'll tell them you gave it to me. Good luck proving anything." I walked away from her, grabbed my laptop, and started printing every bank statement, every notification, every login history. I screenshotted the devices connected to my banking app's guess whose phone was listed. Hers. She must not have realized I could see all linked devices. When she noticed what I was doing, she panicked. She started crying again, but this time it wasn't the soft, manipulative kind. It was pure fear. "Wait, baby, please. I didn't mean to upset you. I just needed help. I thought you'd understand." "No," I said. "You thought I'd never find out." She tried blocking the doorway as I walked toward the front door, begging me not to leave, clinging to my arm. But I pulled away. I drove straight to the bank first. They froze my accounts and flagged the transfers. Then I went to the police. I filed a full report. I gave them her name, her phone number, the device ID linked to my account, everything. They took it seriously, way more seriously than she expected. When I came back home, she was packing. I didn't say a word. I just watched her shove her stuff into bags. She screamed at me, saying I betrayed her, saying I ruined her life, saying I was heartless. I didn't respond. She stormed out, slamming the door. That was the last time she walked into my home. 2 weeks later, the police contacted me. They recovered most of the stolen money, and she had been charged. She tried to call me multiple times, left long messages crying, saying she'd just made a mistake, and that I didn't have to ruin her future. But she ruined it herself. I just stopped her from ruining mine. The aftermath wasn't easy. Part of me felt guilty, even after everything she did. That's the messed up part about emotional manipulation. You start blaming yourself for someone else's choices. But slowly, I realized I did the only thing I could do. If I let her get away with it once, she'd do it again. To me, to someone else, maybe even worse next time. Now, looking back, I see all the red flags I ignored. Her obsession with money, her subtle digs at me, her emotional breakdowns whenever she didn't get her way, her lack of accountability, her entitlement. She wasn't looking for love. She was looking for a bank account with feelings. If there's anything I learned from this entire mess, it's that love without trust is just a trap waiting to snap shut. And saving yourself isn't selfish, it's survival. So if you ever see someone crossing boundaries, lying, manipulating, or making you feel guilty for having worked hard to run, don't wait for the big betrayal, because it always comes, like this video if you were on my side and you think I did the right thing by standing up for myself. Subscribe for more stories like this because trust me, I have plenty more madness to share. And tell me in the comments what you honestly think. Was I too harsh? Or did she deserve everything that happened? I'll see you all in the next story.